Hello, my name is John Caraway. I'm here with Thomas today, and we're going to discuss Kingston High School football. First of all, I'd like to introduce or tell you what I do as far as my responsibilities here at Kingston. I'm the head football coach and also dean of students for Kingston High School. Thomas had a few questions for me today that I'd like to answer to you. First of all, he wanted to know, do you prepare for playoff games any different than you do for the playoff football games? Do you prepare any different? And my question is, we prepare basically the same. We might go a little bit more in depth as far as down and distance, and maybe more in depth as far as our opponent. We got more film than we usually do in the regular season. So I'd say that we prepare a little bit more in depth as far as our opponent for this upcoming week. Next question he had was how do you prepare each week? What's some of the things that you might do? And basically we trade film on Friday nights after that previous football game, and then Saturday morning we deliver the film through the internet to each football coach on our staff, and each football coach on our staff is responsible for reviewing the film all day Saturday or whenever they get time. They have to look at their position and what they need to do as far as getting prepared for the upcoming week. What we do on Sunday is we come in at 1 o'clock and we gather up as a staff. We watch our previous game film for the week before, and then we begin on our next opponent. And we usually have at least 2 to 3 films on our next opponent. And we look at things like down and distance and different scenarios or situations of how the opposing team is going, what kind of plays are they going to call, or how they're lining up defensively against similar opponents that maybe run the same offense that we run. So basically just getting a good look at our next opponent. At that time, when we get done with that, our offensive staff will gather up, our defensive staff will gather up, and they will develop a game plan. And that usually takes probably a couple hours at that point. Once that is done, we'll come together as a whole staff. We'll bring together all the paperwork that we might need for the scouting report for that week, and then we'll start assimilating a scouting report. It'll have formations. It'll have the opponent's run plays, pass plays, how they're going to line up defensively against our offense. It's also going to be how what kind of special teams they have, how they run their special teams, kickoff return, punt return, and different things such as this. We will assimilate that, and it's usually around anywhere from 12 to 15 pages long, a scout report. Of course, we'll make copies. Sunday we normally get done at approximately 6 or 7 o'clock at night, and we'll make copies for each one of our players. And then on Mondays we watch the previous game film and go over our scout report for our next opponent. So basically that's how we prepare each week for our opponent.